Wade Baldo with the Freedom Echo here, and wanted to talk about fear. Courage, overcoming fear. What is it that controls your comfort zone and getting out of your comfort zone? You know, we're in two phases in life. It's either we're growing or we're in a state of decay. And, you know, stagnation is often referred to as, you know, just idling, being comfortable. The challenge is we're usually reverting because we're not growing and expanding our knowledge, capabilities, our strengths. So that would be considered state of decay, right? If we're not improving and growing ourselves. And fear is such an interesting thing because, you know, courage is not the absence of fear. It's feeling the fear and moving forward. It's breaking through, crossing that boundary, getting through. Wore the perfect shirt for it today. Hopefully you can see it. Fear is for others. Of course, I'm sure you recognize good old Bruce Lee there. And, you know, fear for me ruled my life for so many years. And I would make some progress and then step, you know, not be consistent, not keep moving forward, not staying uncomfortable. It's almost like in order to proceed and continue that growth, it requires constant state of uncomfortability. And for somebody like myself that just loves feeling comfortable, being comfortable, and loves planning and not spur the moment necessarily, analytics, being a perfectionist, it can be very challenging to get used to being uncomfortable often and almost always, because if we're moving forward and if we're growing, it often requires that uncomfortability on a constant basis, because once you get comfortable in that state of growth and you've made it to that next level, it's time to level up again, right? Because we're on a path, we're on a journey. The goal of life that I've finally discovered is it's the pursuit of perfection, but understanding and recognizing that perfection is a target, because perfection is not possible while we're in this state of flesh and blood. You know, when we pass that next energy phase, depending upon what you believe, what happens after we pass from this existence, but that's a separate topic that we won't get into. But fear, what controls you from a fear state? Does it hold you back? Do you let it hold you from your goals and keep you from making that progress and forward momentum? Sometimes it requires some introspection and understanding and awareness. And in essence, it requires reprogramming, because if we have those limiting beliefs, which are tied to those fears, which usually come from experiences in the past, and usually often from childhood is where often those things are birthed, but they can come throughout our lives. It's a never-ending battle, I think. But it's recognizing that, understanding it, and then being able to do something about it. Because without the awareness and the understanding and, you know, owning up to it, taking responsibility for ourselves and what we've made as choices. And it's challenging because a lot of people, you know, don't necessarily understand where our personalities and fears were developed. But find out, you know, I'd love to hear some comments. What are your fears? Mine, for the longest time, was fearing what other people think of me. And it's still a challenge to this day. I've made you know, leaps and bounds worth of progress in this effort, but it's for me, I've got to do even deeper work on that subconscious belief, living for others, giving them the picture of what I expect from myself versus what they expect of me. Love to hear about it.